These two running shoes couldn't be more different. One shoe is what Joey trains in almost every day, and the other only comes out on race day. Today we're comparing them to show you why serious runners often have more than one pair of shoes. This is my son Joey. He runs cross country and track, and he is highly competitive. Today we're comparing these two Adidas shoes that he wears the most. The shoes he trains in every day are these, and they're a little bit heavier. These are carbon plated. I'm going to let him explain the difference because he's the runner, not me. Okay, Joey, first show us your trainers and tell us a little bit about those and why you wear a trainer.
These are my Adidas Ad Zero SL2s, and I train in these because they're a bit heavier compared to my SuperShoes. They still have a lot of cushion, but they're going to be a little heavier. They're going to have more structure. The bottom's going to be a little harder for grip and traction, and they're just going to be way different. No carbon rod, just foam.
Okay, and why do you not train in your other shoes?
The reason I don't train in my SuperShoes is because they do not have as much mileage. You can't run in them as much, or you will start to wear off the bottom completely.
How do we know? Last year, he ran off the bottom of his very expensive carbon plated shoes before we ever had our first race. And so we learned our lesson and we went and got fitted and got a pair of trainers. So let's show them the other shoes and talk about why you love these on race day.
So the reason I wear these on race day is one, for the carbon rods that are infused in it to give you extra power when you run. It feels like it's like almost flinging you forward. And the foam is super squishy. It's the mesh material helps to keep your foot cool and not overheat. It has a little bit of structure in the back for your heel, and overall they're just a lot nicer. And the traction isn't as good as the trainers, but they're still really nice, and I really like them.
Show them up close and talk about like why we selected this pair specifically, because we looked at shoes forever.
So I picked this pair specifically because the bottoms, the cutout makes them extra light, and some shoes have this back part completely cut out and it'll throw off your balance a lot, or at least for me it did, and because of the carbon rods, of course.
So I thought he was going to say because of the way they look, because he wanted these shoes so bad. This was like the shoe to him. And we went and we tried them on and we fell in love with the way that he performed, because we got on treadmills and he tried a bunch of different shoes out. And these was the one that they said he was most balanced in. But this was the shoe that he kept sending me screenshots of for the last 3 months. Mom, I want these shoes. I want these shoes. I want these shoes. We ended up getting them and they look really good. The colors of the school are orange, and this does have some orange on it. I like these because they are going to last as long as he has the trainer. He does like the trainers. These look more kind of like a regular shoe, but they're great for him training. Now he goes to cross country practice tonight, so I'm going to get some footage of him in his trainers. Joey, is there anything else that you think we should talk about for these shoes, that if someone was trying to decide what to get, or if they should get a trainer and an actual competition shoe, what would you tell them?
Do not train in your competition shoes. That is one thing that I've been doing for a long time, and every single time it ends up running the bottoms completely off. They deteriorate too quick. They're not made to train in. Buy some trainers. Do not run in your super shoe.
Okay, a couple of other questions. When you're running in these shoes, what do they feel like?
The foam is really nice. They still feel super comfy. It feels like almost like a regular shoe, but more cushion, and they feel a little bit lighter than a regular shoe, but they're still heavy.
All right. When you run in these, what did these feel like?
It almost feels like you're running on a cloud. It's like, because
he loves these shoes.
The cushion is like super fluffy and like bendable, and then the carbon rod propels you forward with each step. It returns energy to your foot, unlike just this with just the foam.
Okay, if you have someone who is just getting into running, what would you recommend?
I would recommend the trainers because they're not as expensive for one. So you probably want to get into the sport a little more before you buy something like this. But if you're a more advanced runner like myself, you want to buy some really nice shoes for competition.
All right. Well, hopefully this helps. I knew that I wanted to talk about these shoes, but I didn't know that I could personally give you the right information on them. So I brought him in because, I mean, he's the runner in the family. We really do love these shoes. If you are looking or considering new shoes for long distance or competitive running, these are two that you should consider.